very general question. Like, okay, I don't know how to go about this, but basically for me, an afro would be something that would be, I don't know, when I think afro, I think like, I don't know, I feel weird saying it, I guess.
Go ahead, just say whatever.
Okay, so basically I would think of like a black person in the 70s with like a big fro, but like, you know, like curls, but like brushed out. But then at the same time, I don't know, I feel like it could be anything really. But like, that's the stereotype, would be the poof, I guess you could say. I don't know.
Okay.
And also about how does hair have to be a certain length to be considered an afro? Both of you guys, please comment on this.
So what kind of like length would you say constitutes an afro?
I think it would be like, I don't know, you gotta have like a good head of hair, right? Like I don't know. So you could like kind of.
So you would say like if my hair was like this long, it wouldn't be an afro. Like if it
well,
was, like,
no.
Interesting. Why?
I don't know. I guess because you can't like poof it out. Can't. I don't know, because when I think afro, you think the big thing.
Okay.
I
Interesting.
don't know. Yeah.
Well, for me.
Yeah. What is it for you?
I don't know. Maybe it's because I actually have like black hair, so an afro to me. I guess for your definition, an afro is a hairstyle.
Yeah.
Where for me, you could say it's a hair texture.
Okay.
So like you're thinking the 70s big,
Yeah.
blown out thing, whereas me, when I think of it, I think of when you go natural. So like you don't have any type of product happening in your hair. So yeah. Yeah, okay, so like on top of that, I think afro is like a very complex term because like I said, it could be considered a hairstyle as well as a hair texture, but then like black people have such different hair textures, right? You could have like, I have 4C hair, which is like really, really coiled. Like you see my curls, they're like super tiny little curls.
Have I seen your curls?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I did see your
Yeah.
Yes.
My natural hair. And then we have like other black people who, like for instance Somalians.
Mm-hmm.
Some Somalians have very like Farhea's hair.
Yeah.
You know,
it's like
that's
more
natural,
out.
but yeah, it's like it's softer. The curls are looser, so that's like, I don't know, maybe 2B.
But that wouldn't that
like
work if you just like brushed it, like I don't know,
Well, like if I were to take my hair and just brush it out,
like a lot, it would probably end up like that.
No,
not even.
It would look like the 70s stuff that you're thinking of.
Yeah.
Yeah. Whereas like her hair could never really be that texture because her hair isn't as coiled as mine is. Mm-hmm. It would just be like some weird poofy bullshit, but well, not bullshit. Yeah.
How is hair stigmatized, like racialized?
It's a very deep question. How is hair racialized, Zoe? Do you have a response to that?
Well, hair racialized, I don't know. I don't know. Because, I don't know what to say.
Say what comes to mind.
Okay, but I don't have an idea. I guess you could say hair is racialized because we obviously have different textures of hair, and there's like whole industries behind that between both. Mm-hmm. But at the same time, as I was talking about with someone, can I talk about you or no?
Sure.
Okay. As I was talking with Chelsea at one point, we were saying how the afro is like stigmatized in like the work industry and the workforce, which for me sounded very strange because to me an afro is like cool, but for you guys an afro is like you're not put together, like you don't have your stuff together, and how Chelsea was saying that like you wouldn't be taken seriously because you wouldn't look put together kind of thing, which I think like personally if somebody came in with like like not the full blown thing but like a small little like, you know.
Wait, what if they had like a full on afro, like what the 70s like huge
that's the thing, that's like you're trying.
Okay, but like if someone were to come into to go into an interview with you or something, would you be like, whoa, you need to like tame that?
I guess I didn't think about that. But like, no, because I feel like you can't judge somebody's like you can't just be like, you're incompetent because you have this hairstyle. Like,
yeah,
I don't agree with that. Maybe other people would say like, yeah, you need to like put your hair like, you know. But personally, that wouldn't be for me either.
Yeah, you'd probably be like, wow, that's
cool. You probably have a great personality because you seem like you would have fun like in life. I don't know.
It's interesting that you associate like a big personality with someone with like
well, I mean, if you're gonna have big hair, you're gonna have a big personality.
Have enough confidence and stuff to rock that.
Yeah.
I don't know.
How is it racialized for you?
Well, it's funny that you talk about the workplace and natural hair because my mom, she has relaxed hair, so her hair is like chemically straight. Yeah. She's had that for a long time. Like, the last time she cut her hair natural was like when I was 7 or something. And she has like pretty long straight hair, and she wears it like that all the time. And when I cut my hair last summer, I cut it really, really short, natural. I haven't touched it since. It's always been natural since then. And when it was shorter, she was like, oh, it's so cute, you know, because she used to have that hairstyle too. She's like, oh, you could do so much with it, it's so cute. But then once it like reached a certain length where it was like, oh, you can tell that's like a lot of hair. Yeah. She was just like, you look crazy. You need to fix that. And I said, Mom, it's literally my hair. I'm not doing, like, if you were to walk out of the shower and just air dry your hair, my mom would not be like, wow, you should blow dry that, Zoe, because you look crazy. She would just every time I'd come downstairs from my room going to school or whatever, she'd just be like, honey, listen, you should cut it again, or you need to straighten it, or just like tame it somehow, like brush it out, just like when she was growing up in the 80s, and she had an afro too, so she would like do the whole 70s bush thing. But I don't know, so now it's like at a pretty long length where it's basically past my shoulders if it were to be straightened. So recently I was going to have an interview with the government, and she's like, you need to fix your hair before you go. And I said, Mom, the government in Canada and their workforce is so diverse. There's so many people from all different places, of all different races, all different cultures. Like, why does it matter? And she's like, no, you look crazy. You look like a street kid. You need to fix that. And it bothered me so much. To this day, we have these arguments. I'm just like, Mom, this is my hair. That's just the way it is. And what's even more annoying is that it's not as if I just came out of the shower. I did style it. Like, I put in bantu knots, so like the curls are a bit more stretched out, and so you could really see the texture. And she's still like, you look ridiculous. And to think, like, all that work that I put in to make my hair look the way that I want it to, and she's like, you just look like a homeless person. And it's just so ridiculous. So I guess that's like two different perspectives, right? Yeah. From someone who doesn't know black hair and would like automatically put these negative connotations on it when someone's coming in for an interview or something like that, versus my mom, who is a black woman who has black hair, yet she believes all of these negative connotations associated with that. So I don't know, it's fucked up.
It's weird.
Yeah.
It's very strange because to me it would like, I never saw that as like a thing. Like, I never saw it as a problem. Like,
yeah. I don't know. I think also the reason why younger people, no matter what race you are or anything, the reason why a lot of young people are starting to support the afro, or at least like are more vocal about it, I think it's because it is kind of like an anti-establishment type of hairstyle, because, you know, who did you, like 10 years ago, were people rocking afros around you? No. People are only starting doing it for for the past couple of years. So do you think afros are only for black people?
I guess you would think that, because it's like a certain texture that you would get out of doing something with your hair, and you'd have to have that. But I think I've seen like white women like trying to get that with like perms and stuff, and they
Yeah.
would like brush them out so they would like be really puffy.
Yeah.
So I'm assuming, but it wouldn't like. I don't think it would be like a.
Yeah.
It'd probably just be like a
Yeah.
kind of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I guess not. But I've never seen like I've personally never seen a white person with an afro.
But like,
but I don't think it's only for black people. That's the
yeah.
thing.
I've seen like white people or just non-black people with jufros, as they're called, and it's basically an afro, but that's their natural hair, you know.
Okay. Yeah.
So it's just kind of like, what? Like,
Yeah.
do you call that an afro? Do you call that just that person's hair? What? And should that person be, you know, socially conscious and shave their head because you can't have an afro, you're not black? I don't think so. But at the same time, I think when you're making a conscious effort to have that style, you need to tread lightly, because, you know, think of all the social or political or whatever ideas that come out of the afro. You know, the Black Panther movement, all of the leaders and the supporters were rocking their natural hair like that. So and let's not get into like the whole controversy of the Black Panthers, but like look at the intention of the group, that they wanted to further the civil rights of blacks. So you gotta understand that there's a lot of weight to wearing your hair like that, or trying to have your hair like that. So I don't know how. I haven't come across anyone like with a perm or whatever, only like on the internet, but
Yeah, but I mean in real life it's no, I don't think so.
yeah.
No, and it's funny because like for a white, like as you were saying, the white person that would have like the similar texture of hair could probably show up to an interview and there wouldn't be anything.
No.
There would be absolutely nothing behind that.
Yeah. They'd just be like, oh wow, you're Jewish.
Yeah.
Or not.
Oh wow, you're Jewish.
Oh wow.
Or not Jewish or whatever. Yeah.
You just have hair like that, yeah.
I was just thinking, because of everything that we're saying here, how it's so like stigmatized for black people, yet for us it's like for us, you know, white people of the world, or like other races, I guess. It would be kind of like a cool thing. Like I would see somebody with an afro and be like, "Dang, you're cool!" Like you know, what you're
a white
doing.
or a black person?
A black person.
Okay.
I'd be like, "You got like the swag or like the style or something." I don't know. But then it's so funny how it's called an afro and it's like African or whatever, like your origin. But then it's so stigmatized within your culture, I guess, which is really ridiculous. Well, not ridiculous. It's just kind of strange because it's like your thing and you can't even take it and you don't accept it. But then for us, it's like it's cool. Like I like it. I find it really interesting and like we can't do that. So it's like so different for us. And you guys are trying to do us, and we're like, but you, like, you know what I mean? So
yeah. I see what you're saying. I think it always boils down to the fact that like for young people, again, they're just like, oh, it's so interesting. I've never seen that before. It's different, and that's what like I admire.
But I don't think it's just young people, because like I know my mom's 60 years old. My mom was always like, dang, like that's cool.
Yeah,
you know. I don't
Yeah.
think it's a young person. I think it's just like maybe it's a mentality. Like maybe if you're like really conservative, like maybe you're not like. But I don't even think. I don't even think it's like that. I don't think it's a young person thing. I think it's like a taste or something. Or
Interesting.
even, yeah.
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah. Yeah. It's funny though, because I always said that. Well, if I would have been black, I always really liked. No, it's true.
If I would have
been born a black woman, I always said that I would have loved to have the really short hair, kind of like you know,
Chelsea's?
Yeah, and then bleach it. I don't know if that's me. I love that look on black women.
Yeah, no, it is cool. It's
cool.
a look.
Do you know the band Fits and Tantrums? Fits in the
Yeah,
Tantrums?
the girl.
The girl.
Yeah.
She looks so fire.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyways. So yeah.
Yeah.
But I know that's not a thing. Like that's like kind of like white people bleaching their hair. It's kind of like it's a look, you know, and like you want to do that. But even then, like I would have had short hair. Like I like the short hair look for black women. Personally. I don't know. That's probably just me, or other people. But I mean, like,
plenty of people
it's
that
like just personally, that's what I really like.
Yeah.
But it's funny because you guys are like, no, like it's stigmatized and it's weird.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, like, it is stigmatized, but don't make that think that we don't love our hair.
No, I know, exactly.
So, like, I love my hair. I love the way it looks, and I'm sure there's plenty of other women that have natural hair, and they love it just as much. And that's like usually black women growing up, they don't have natural hair because their parents
put that pressure
on them, or they themselves, like, I remember as a kid, I would, like, anytime I would take a shower and wash my hair, I'd put in, like, the conditioner and, like, smooth it out and be like, it's so smooth, it's so straight, I feel so pretty. But, like, that's one way of one type of pretty, you know? Like, you could have big, poofy hair and still be beautiful. But yeah, what was I don't know what my train of thought.
Can't we say kind of like, I don't know if it's really the same thing, but you guys are kind of raised to think that, like, you want to have the straight, like, nice hair. And then it's kind of like, you could almost say it's kind of like you grew up with that, so your whole life you're like, oh, I want this or whatever.
Yeah. And
it's kind of like for us, I guess, because I don't have, like, I don't know, if I had curly hair, maybe I wouldn't say that, but, like, it's kind of, like, similar for us, like, getting raised, like, but it's for everybody, but just because I don't have that, but, like, it'd be for me to look at, like, a magazine and have to look a certain, like, body type.
Yeah, for sure.
It's the same thing. It's I can't look like that. I want to look like that, but I can't. Or, like, the fact that I have straight hair, well, I guess I could relate it to hair. The fact that I have really straight hair and I want to, like, curl it, it doesn't stay curled. Like, it will fall out no matter what I do.
Yeah, but then think of that whole idea, and then, like, add on this, how straight hair could be, like, seen as, like, unkept. And, like, unruly and, I don't know, a political statement even. Like, even the fact that an afro is seen as a political statement is kind of a little messed up, because it's like, at the end of the day, it's just my hair. And if you don't want to make that statement, which you don't have to, which is kind of like the shitty part about having an afro, because you're always going to be making a political statement no matter what. Like, it's always going to be attached to that. So, you're right in saying that, you know, it's you looking in the magazine and saying, like, I wish I had curlier hair, or I wish I had a thinner waist, or whatever. But, you know, that's just, like, superficial. On top of all of that, with black hair, there's so much more nuanced, complex meaning behind it that has, like, a deep, deep history. So, I don't know, your relationship with your hair as a black person is one that's really complicated and takes a long time to understand, and I think, like, throughout your entire lifetime you're not really gonna completely grasp it and all that it means, but it's definitely, I don't know, I don't think I could be myself without my hair, you know? So that concludes this
deep ass combo about hair.
This week's episode of
Talking Hair
with
Jack and Zoe.
Ubuntu Talks. Ubuntu.
Okay.
Thanks for watching. Like, comment,
Subscribe
and
to Chelsea's channel.
Yeah.